Hi there, Dave.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Now, tell me when you know you're going to be on the show and you're going into the blinds. Do you have like a consensus on who you're going to choose as a coach going into it, or are you going to go into it and then play it
Especially
out
as
from
a
there?
team, because there's three of you that decide this together. It's not like a,
Yeah.
a single thought.
Yeah, you could see we had taken a minute after our audition to make sure everybody was on the same page. But before we walked in, we first off were praying for one chair, and so when we had the options, that was something that we weren't really expecting. So that was
Mm.
a pleasant surprise. But we all were leaning towards Niall before. And don't get me wrong, where you put up a fight, and she is the queen of country music, and we have so much respect for her. But we knew that all of the country artists that we were going to be competing against would probably be going with the queen, and so we thought it was maybe more of a strategic move to go with Niall. And come to find out, he loves groups and he loves country music. So
Now, how's Niall been as a coach for you? What are there things he's told you that maybe you didn't know going into this?
He's been really encouraging. He has called us the wall of sound, and I was like taken aback by that. I was like, that was a very kind compliment, because he came from a group that all they did was harmony, and I think he has a lot of experience in that, which is like another reason, like Colin was saying, that we picked him. But yeah, he's been super fun to interact with, and get to collaborate with, and throw ideas off like when we're practicing our music,
Mm.
and that was really cool.
Now, I noticed when you've done your battles with and against other people, they have harmonized beautifully with you too. Is that from him? Is that from you? Is it a collaboration? Because doing it as a group, as you know, working together for such a short time and finding that magical mixture you have, but then bringing in somebody you're competing against, but you want to lift up too. It's a pretty interesting formula, and it's really a dynamic sound that you've brought with these other people who are solo artists.
Totally, totally. Whenever we were doing "I Will Wait" with Jack Austin, we were grateful for the song "I Will Wait" because it is a quartet originally, and so having four people on stage at one time could feel really confusing, or it can feel difficult to formulate the song in a way that everyone gets a chance to shine. But Jack was so great, and he was so up for the challenge. And that's we honestly wanted his theater voice to shine through that, and so we just felt like opening that song with him was the best route for that. And just like Dylan was saying, we already have a wall of sound, and so inviting someone into that sound is so much fun, especially if they're up for it. And it's been just such a joy to collaborate with Jack Austin and now Keely Clark.
Is it tough to add that fourth person to what you're doing and include them when you don't really have a lot of experience working with them? You have to now, add a fourth person to what you've been doing as a threesome for so long. Is it difficult to add that?
I think it was, but what was so cool was even with it being a competition, like we were told in the beginning, like you try to make this the best like duet between the two acts that you can. And so we went into it with that mindset, and like we knew Jack's strengths from watching videos and hearing him.
Mhm.
And so we wanted to give him moments to shine as well as us. And so what we were thankful about is we spent time in our hotel together working on an arrangement that fit both of us, that yes would blend well, but also give moments where each act can shine and do their thing. And what I loved at a rehearsal, if you got to see it on the show, was Niall uh, was talking about Jack's big moment kind of towards the end, and he was like, "Hey, I feel like he's up there by himself. Emily, go join him and show how powerful your voice is." And so we got to do that because of his direction, and I'm super thankful because it was the biggest moment in the song.
I have a quick question for you as a group, because you guys, it's really been just over a year you've been a group, but you've all been solo artists as well as musicians, not just singers. What about each other do you love the most, and what about each other is driving you the craziest? Because you're working so close together, it's a competitive nature, but at the same time, you guys have such a happy harmony, not only in your sound, but on your faces when you sing together. It's, for me as a viewer, it's fun to watch, to see that you still seem surprised and happy when each other comes in and does their thing.
Yeah, I think it's for one, it's really cool to see the song come together and the stuff that we practice in the room and how it translates on stage. I think it's like also we want to be able to be encouraging of one another. I think between the three of us, I mean, there's a lot of solo acts on the show, and they get to have their moment, and it's what they make of it. But I think allowing the three of us, giving each other the space to shine, I think is super important. I think that comes just from our friendship also outside of music. Like, I mean, we kind of are like family. Like we drive each other nuts. Like Colin and I will especially team up on Emily sometimes. But I think it's all out of love, and it's just a part of traveling with the group. And I think you just have to be able to laugh through things and
Totally.
or just make amends super quickly. And I think we've been doing a good job of that.
Now, Emily, you've been close to Niall. You've probably hugged Niall. For all the girls out there, what does Niall smell like?
Oh my gosh. What?
That's so funny.
Niall smells wonderful and he's super handsome and he's super sweet. So,
I just want to hug him and not let go.
yes, that is the main question that
They
I
just
get,
want to put
which
him in their
honestly
pocket
never
and take him
shocked
to
me.
Nashville with them.
Right, right. That does not shock me when a lot of girls have asked me, what's it like to be in the same room as him?
Well, for anybody else who wants to try out or compete on an event like this, because it really is an event, it's not just a competition, it really is a spectacle. What would you suggest they do, and what would you suggest they not do? Because I know it's a learning curve, especially in a group format, because you're supporting each other. So you have each other to lean on, but some of the soloists you've already worked with and I'm sure you've made friends with, you could probably give them some advice too.
I mean, I would just first say that there are so many insanely talented people that um, either audition and don't get a chair turn or don't maybe ever have the confidence to audition or maybe back out or something like that. And it blows my mind how many people that we've seen that I mean, I personally think are talented enough to win it all, but haven't made it past certain rounds. And so I mean, I think that if you feel a nudge to do it, I mean, I never personally thought that I would ever be on one of these shows. And then Dylan just had the idea one night, and we just kind of rallied around him and said, "Hey, why the heck not?" You know. And so I'm grateful for Dylan's boldness in that, but I'm also grateful and I hope and pray that other people can feel the boldness to do that as well because hey, we have made some of the best memories, and seriously, we've grown so much as a group, in these last couple of months, and we couldn't have done it without the show. So I'm super blessed.
Just in a couple of months, how have your lives changed because of this?
I think what's been crazy is we played a show in Nashville a couple weeks ago, and we have like a small fan base here in Nashville. But what was crazy is to see the people that have driven from Atlanta, Georgia, or Canada, or all the people. They're like, we came just to see you guys,
Wow.
and I was like, oh my gosh, we have fans now. Like they're willing to drive miles and miles and miles to see us.
I know,
Right.
and your rates have increased too.
Amen, brother.
The rent check will not bounce.
All right, well, it's been great talking to you guys, and we can't wait to see what happens
And we'll
with the
still be
mic drop
cheering
and
you
all
on.
that.
Yes, we love it.
Thank
Thank
you
you
guys.
so much.